What do we have for this football news? Wenger says they should scrap the January transfer window. Okay. Diego Simeone signs a contract extension. Barcelona admits that they did, but fail to go in for your boy Angel Di Maria. And let's talk about the misunderstood conundrum that is the zillage. Guys, this is football news. It's the kid. A caro to all of my pickings out there. Guys, what's up, man? It's your main man here, Double H, half of Crown Exist. Coming at you for another little dosage of the football news for your enjoyment. Guys, I do this for you. Let's start with Arsene Wenger. No, he's not senile. I'm not ageist. Wenger says that the January transfer window should be scrapped. He says that the transfer window should only open 48 hours prior to the start of the season and then should close after that. No. That's my simple answer and response to what Wenger is saying. No, sorry, I don't accept that. Wenger, the January transfer window for me, I think that is a brilliant thing. Because I remember when there wasn't a January transfer window. Because what it does is that it keeps things exciting. It keeps things exciting because you've got the massive summer transfer window. And there have been so many good deals. I'm sure Arsenal also made some deals as well. Guys, remember of the deals that Arsenal have made in that January transfer window that have gone through. Because sometimes you fail within the summer. Or maybe in the summer you're focused on pre-season. But especially once the season is up and going, then you can assess your team after 4 or 5 months and say, you know what, we need this in January. We just need this kind of player because I've seen what... Because again, pre-season is different from the full season. So at pre-season, you can never know how your team is fully functioning, playing at a high level. That is what you will only know once the season starts in mid to late August or in early September. And that's what the January transfer window is a brilliant idea because it allows you to assess things. And for me, my thinking is, why is Wenger saying this? Now, is he saying this because he has been under pressure to keep players like a Sanchez and an Ozil? I think that's the reason why. Because if Arsenal were winning titles, they were doing things, they kept hold of their players, they were not selling their players off to Man City, your boy Wenger wouldn't be saying this. He's only saying this because he's sweating, because trying to keep hold of your boy Wenger. No, sorry, your boy Ches and your boy Zil, but mainly Ches. But for me, again, answer me, is the January transfer window necessarily a bad thing? I think it's great. I think it's a really, really good addition for the reasons I explained. You know, if I'm a coach and a manager, the January transfer window is probably more important to me than the summer one because I've seen how my team have been playing for 4 months and be like, you know what, this is what I need. I mean, case in point, I've looked at Man City now. They probably need a central defender. That would actually help because I think that defense may come and be their Achilles heel and be the one thing stopping them from winning the Premier League title. I look at Chelsea. I say to myself, you know what? Maybe they do need another kind of striker, someone who is a bit more of an old school, more robust striker to really be a kind of antithesis to what Batshuayi and Morata bring, based off how I've seen them play at a full level. So yeah, so for Wenger, nah, man, sorry, I ain't gonna have that. Simeone. So Simeone has signed a contract extension taking him to 2020. So what's that? 18, 19. Look, I was alright. I wasn't that great. I got a B, by the way. 3-year contract extension taking him to 2020. Now, is this him fully committing to Atletico Madrid? Because I've always been of the mindset that same thing with Mourinho. The final call, the last hurrah is your national team. That's your national. Same thing for Guardiola. Before Guardiola retires, he has to be the manager of Spain. Before Mourinho retires, he's going to be the manager of Portugal. Before Simeone retires, he's going to be the manager of Argentina. That's just what you have to do. It would not make any sense whatsoever if those three guys, after having their career, stellar career, never managed their national team. That just doesn't make any sense. So, for me, I've said this before with pertaining to Simeone and Atletico Madrid. What's the end game? What's the end game? What are you trying to achieve? I don't think they'll ever win the Champions League. Real Madrid are too tough. That's the bogey team. You see what PSG are doing. Bayern are tough. And I think that when you lose twice, that's it. That's it. You've used up all of your luck. That's it. They're not going to win the La Liga. And they don't have the clout or the funds, especially in today's market, to attract the kinds of players needed to ride. Okay, they don't have the clout to attract those players needed to ride. So for Simeone is an excellent coach, he's an excellent manager, but I'm sorry, I'm just being as real as 6 crack addicts. He's taken Atletico as far as they can go. There's only so much you can do with these players. They have good players. I mean, Koke, Saul, Carrasco, Griezmann, these are good players. What's it called? The Uruguayan boy, Felipe Luis, these guys are good. But at the end of the day, they're not a Neymar. They're not your Robin Hood. Okay? They're not like a Bonucci when he wants to know how to defend or Kelly. I mean, they're not these top guys. So they're not an Isco. I mean, let's also go talk about Isco. So yeah, good that he's staying there for 2020, but for how long? I think the sooner he leaves Atletico, the better, personally. Barcelona have come out and they've said that, yes, in fact, they did go in for Di Maria within the transfer window, but they failed. So I wouldn't really dissect this because I'm trying to understand why Barcelona would go in for Di Maria. Why? What's the reasons? And why in particular would they go in for Di Maria? Why Di Maria in particular? Why that player? Because but then this goes back to my whole Coutinho thing. If we're going and thinking about the Messi-led, Messi-esque Barcelona, Di Maria doesn't fit in there. Because when I look at Di Maria, I look at even if this might not be the right word, he is okay. The reason why Messi isn't the same for Argentina as he is for Barcelona, because Di Maria is that Argentina psychology. I don't think Messi actually plays like that Argentina psychology, because the Argentina psychology is that you don't pass. You dribble and you go straight and you shoot. You shoot. So you even if you're not on site, you still shoot. Even if you can't see the damn goal, you just say, you know what, screw it, let me just shoot. That's the Argentine psychology. So I just don't understand how Di Maria would work within Barcelona based on how he plays. That's my thinking. Based on how this guy originates, how he flows, I think he flows in a much more attacking team. But that goes to my other point, which is that Valverde, are you creating a different kind of team? Are you creating a faster, quicker team? Are you creating a team that can be conducive and would work for a Di Maria being in there? If so, I mean, my God. I mean, Di Maria is still Di Maria. He's still a very good player. So if you're coming in with a much more ultra attack, much more direct team, Di Maria, the Cannibal, and Messi, that'll be tight. And also, you also know Di Maria, he was actually pushing for this transfer. And that makes sense because if he's pushing for this transfer, that allows Drax to come in and say, hey. So yeah, that is intriguing. I want to end with the Zillage. Quick shout out to Syria. They've qualified for the World Cup playoffs in the AFC thing. Good luck to Syria. It would be an amazing, amazing story if Syria were to qualify for the World Cup. That would be absolutely stupendous. I mean, I would just love that. Mesut. So, Ozil has been beefing with Ian Wright. He has come out and he's tried to defend Arsenal's pitiful performances. He was high in the international break, an A and a G against Norwich. And I've been having a back and forth with your main man, my German correspondent, Kadima, in the eye about Ozil. Because I've said that Ozil is a talented player. He is talented. I mean, you cannot deny this man's talent. But the Zillage tends to invoke his inner Casper the Ghost. That's just me being as real as 16 cracks. That's because as good as he is, there are just terms in which this guy, you're like, bro, where the hell are you, bro? I mean, where's Wally? Where's Ozil? you know? And I try to explain it to the point of like, look, I'm not demeaning Ozil. Ozil is a very talented player. Ozil in Germany, surrounded around quality players. My gosh, this guy is very useful. And this guy is a superb, smart playmaker who makes very intelligent passes. But in a team like Arsenal, who are about 7 levels below Germany, so it's a lot harder. I mean, it is a big difference when you turn and you look at Toni Kroos, you turn and you look at Sami Khedira. You go from that, and then you then turn and look at Xhaka and Kokala. Lord in heaven. So, I think that Ozil, I can't call him world class. I can't do it. Because a world class player waltzes into a team and says, yo, even if you guys are crap, I'm still going to ride. Case in point, Robin. Put Robin among some leprechauns. No offense to leprechauns, I like them. Okay, put him alongside some hobbits, some leprechauns, some dwarves, some orcs, and some urukai, and some pixies, and some witch doctors. Robin he won't win the game for them, but he'll still ride. Look at what Robin is doing with those clowns. The worst Dutch team I've ever seen in my life. I'm watching football for about 30 plus years now. The worst, 20-something years. Early 2020. So, the worst Dutch team I've ever seen. And look at what Robin is doing. That's what a world-class player does. Put Pirlo. Any team, he will elevate them. Ozil in a team that is average, he won't elevate it because I think Ozil needs quality players in order for him to be good. And if you need quality players around you, doesn't mean that you're bad. It just means you ain't great. You're not a horseman. You're not elite. You're not a top tier player. And that's just what people need to understand. So the Ozil defenders need to accept that Ozil is not the kind of guy that can walk in and completely transform a team. He's just not that guy. He's not built like that. He's not built like that. And so you cannot put Ozil in the same category as Andrea. You can't. Because Andrea is an Andrea. We all know what Andrea is. But again, look, man, let me hear your thoughts. Am I wrong? Where are you coming from? How do you view Ozil? Guys, watch again for the football news is coming very soon. Remember, head to the website, www.havefootballhot.com. Send in your questions so I can answer your questions this Friday in the Q&A. Vote on the daily polls. Stay tuned to all of the latest news, the Half Up 11, the Break Academy. Everything will be loaded up and be updated on a daily basis. And also, you can always catch me and follow me on Facebook and Twitter right down there at Half Hope Hot. Peace!